Hey, what's going on, guys? This is going to be my out-of-box review for the HGUC Unicorn Gundam 03 Phenex, however you want to say it, from Gundam Narratives. This is the narrative version, which basically just means that it's got those gold chains out the back. And let's just be honest. Let's just get out of the way right off the bat. Those things look stupid. They're supposed to be stabilizers, I guess, which is a kind of cool idea, as something to add on to the kit as stabilizers to help it fly, because it's got the two booster shields there on the back. So it's going to be going pretty quick. You know, it kind of makes sense to have something on there as extra stabilizers, but why do they have to be like just gold chain pigtail things out the back? It looks stupid. It's dumb. I'm definitely going to be taking those off for mine later on. I mean, who knows? We may see it in the anime and it may somehow look cool, like in use, but I really just kind of doubt it. They just don't really look cool at all. Otherwise, though, the kit goes together pretty well. Obviously, the main complaint that I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to have, and I'm going to see plenty of in the comment section, is the gold. Yes, obviously, the gold looks quite bad. I can imagine how some people might be cool with it. Some people might be totally fine with the gold color here. It's interesting, but just I don't think it's going to appeal to most people's taste. It's definitely going to be one of those kits that you're going to want to probably repaint in a different color of gold or some other different color entirely. Alright, so let's first talk about the accessories. They're pretty minimal here. We have the beam magnum, the same beam magnum as with the regular Unicorn. We have a little sticker there for the camera, a little green one. We have a trigger finger hand specifically for this, so I've just got it kept on there. This can be plugged onto the back of the forearm or onto the backpack if you pull up this little guy here. That is, if you're not using the backpack that's already on there or the armed armor DE attachments. And then it has the secondary handle, which folds out like that. Again, it's nothing new with this. And then we do also have the extra ammo clip, which can be plugged onto the back skirt if you want. And then just in case you wanted more shields, we do have a third shield. It's just the same as the regular Unicorn shield, but obviously just in the Phoenix colors here. So this can just be plugged onto the arm if you want. We do also have, among our extra parts, or like leftover parts, we have the connection piece for plugging this onto the center of the backpack. So if you didn't want to use this with this kit, if you just wanted to, if you were going to paint this in different colors to match a different Unicorn kit that you're maybe doing, you could stick this on the back or on the forearm, whatever you want to do on some other kit. But just know that you have that as an extra part. Other notable extra parts that you have is we have a second V-fin, which is kind of the signature part of the Phoenix. Really, the only thing that makes it different from the Unicorn in terms of like actual parts, obviously the colors of everything, and then the armed armor DEs, but otherwise on the actual Gundam itself, it's really just the V-fin. So if you're going to be, again, if you're painting another kit, you can use this V-fin for that, which is pretty cool. And we do also have a second backpack attachment piece for the two armed armor DEs. So again, if you wanted to use, if you somehow got a hold of two armed armor DEs from some other different kit or something, wanted to use those on some different kit, you can use this extra piece. So there's some useful pieces in there if you have, if you're the kind of person that has a lot of Unicorn HD kits. As far as the other stickers on the kit, really the only other stickers we have is for the eyes, the forehead camera there, which is like orange, so it's like almost non-noticeable. And then we have the little gold wraparound stickers that go on the top of the little chest Vulcans there, and that's pretty much it. Now, the articulation for this guy is going to be the same as any other HG Unicorn in Destroy mod. I'll just take off the backpack for ease of that, but the head is quite nice. It goes up pretty far, almost to the point that the V-fin is hitting into the beam sabers there in the backpack. One thing, too, is that you've got little safety nubs on each of the 6 ends of the V-fin, so I haven't cut those off yet because those are going to take some work. Because one thing about this gold plastic is that it's really brittle. It's that kind of hard plastic that you kind of normally see for like clear parts, for like that really hard, brittle, clear plastic. It's just like that that we've got here for this gold part. So I actually found that really quite hard to work with when removing the nubs on this kit, because it's really easy to damage the parts when you're trying to remove those nubs. So just be really careful. And the thing is too, if you want to keep this gold, like gold and shiny, then you can't really sand it. So I would say you definitely are going to want to probably paint this kit, because you're more than likely going to have to sand some of those parts as well. So that's just something to keep in mind anyway. The head then also goes down to there, so the neck articulation on this kit is quite nice. In the stomach section, though, it's not really going to be much. There's a little bit of a bend forward and back, and that's pretty much it. You can just rotate it like that. At the shoulder, the arm will move forward and back just a tiny bit. They're not really all that much. You can bring the arm up, and it's quite stiff too. This gold plastic is quite stiff also, so you can really only bring the arm up to about there, which is about normal. It's slightly better than normal. It's not too bad. And then the arm will just rotate there at the top and bend just a single joint there at the elbow. Actually, I had that elbow joint backwards. Let me fix that. There we go. So yeah, the elbow joint will give you a little bit more than 90 degrees, but that is going to be pretty much it. Now, the one point about this kit and all the HG Unicorn Destroy Mode kits is that this elbow joint is kind of annoying because the arm very easily falls off off of that part, so just want to be careful with that, especially if you have it holding a heavy accessory or something. Also, the beam tonfas will, of course, fold forward here on the forearm. You have the beam saber in there. You also have the beam sabers on the backpack, but no beam saber effect parts with this kit. So if you want to use this with any sort of beam sabers, you'll have to pull those from a different kit. Going down here to the front skirts, those are joined. I think you could snip those apart and have those separately, but for the time being, I just left them joined like that. One thing you'll notice here is that this is one of the parts of the kit where the psycho frame actually shines really nicely because there's gold in behind that part there as well. So here on the front skirts, you can just see like how emerald kind of greenish blue that looks, and it looks really nice here on the front skirts. It's a shame that you can't have more of that around on more of the kit, but the psycho frame there on the front skirts looks quite nice indeed. Side skirts as well will also move up a little bit like that. The back skirts don't move at all, except for when you're just handling the kit. It's very, very easy to just push these down, and that's quite annoying. You have to kind of like reset that back into place, and then it doesn't quite like sit in place very easily. You kind of have to like match them up, and you see, oh, they're not quite right, so I have to try setting that in there again. So the back skirt's a little bit annoying when you have to try and move that around. Backpack, obviously nothing really moves on that. It's just kind of fixed. It does look nice though with the bits of clear blue inside of there. It'll just be nice once you get some like silver paint up underneath there or something to make that shine a little bit brighter. The hip joint will swing side to side, although it's not really going to be all that useful in this case. The hips are just on polycap ball joints, so you can bring them out to about there, which is not too bad, but it's not like super fantastic. The leg itself you can bring up to about there, which is not too bad, and you got your joint here in the knee. Now just be careful that that's about the extent that it's really supposed to bend. You can pull it a little bit farther, but at that point you're pulling it out of the polycap. If you pull it too far, you'll just pull it completely off the polycap like so. So just be a little bit cautious about that one. And then down here at the ankles, this little flap on the front will move up and down a little bit like that. The ankles themselves will move side to side, really only about that much. Not too bad. You're not going to be able to get a too wide of a stance out of this, but I think it's pretty good. Up underneath the feet, it's a nice full detail there as it's like a separate part even, so that's quite nice. Forward and back movement, the feet are set so you won't have any movement in the toe, unfortunately. But you get the feet back to there and forward to there. Not bad, but again, still could be a little bit better. As far as the armed armor DEs, they look really nice, just all the clear blue parts in the gold in there. I mean, even with this crappy gold, just the clear blue I think saves it a lot because it looks just so nice. They don't really do anything, nothing really moves except for the chains out the back, so they're just connected on a ball joint in there, so those will kind of move around, and then you've got 1, 2, 3 points of articulation along here where that can bend like so, and it's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know, you're just kind of gonna keep it like, try to keep it at its natural curve like that to make it looking its best. Anything else and it's just gonna look like not really quite right. So yeah, again, it's just the kind of thing that's how it is, I guess, in the new series, the new anime, but it's the kind of parts that I'll probably just omit from mine. Pop that out and then just keep it with just this new part here underneath for that, which is pretty cool. It's just this kind of cool shape. It kind of matches with the rest of the shield instead of just the normal part for the back of the shield of the regular Gundam. One last thing about the shields though is that there's supposed to be gray parts, I think, in here and at the tip and in here, and I think maybe on other kits that was represented with stickers, but in this case we don't have any stickers for that. So if you do want those to be in gray, and I'm sure there's other little points of miscoloration around on the kit too, but those are probably maybe the most notable ones. You might want to paint those in a gray or something. So while the HG Unicorn kit overall has its pros and cons, I think it's still a pretty nice looking mold just in terms of the proportions and details and everything. Of course, it's not near as nice as the real grade in terms of articulation and things like that. Of course, the real grade can transform. In this case, you're just stuck with the destroy mode. But I do think that the HG Unicorn is still pretty nice. You do also have the lower price point. This one, however, is still pretty high price point. 2,800 yen is quite expensive. But just the fact that this is the first full retail release of the Phenex. Previously, any other version of the Phenex, and there has been a few of them, have only been exclusives, either like Gundam Base Tokyo exclusives, or they're just P Bandai exclusives. So it's nice that we finally get this out in just the regular kit form. I do kind of think that it's very likely we'll probably see a real grade Phenex. I'm not sure if the real grade Phenex is going to be a full release or a P Bandai kit. Honestly, it could go either way, but considering the fact that that's more than likely going to come out at some point, it does just kind of feel like they just threw this one out just to feed us some Phenex in HG kit form, in 1/144 scale kit form, I should say, just so that people who have been wanting 1/144 scale Phenex maybe don't want to pay the high price tag for the master grade or the perfect grade. We'll maybe just go ahead and buy this one, and then soon after we'll find out 3, 6, 8 months later, oh, they're also going to be having the real grade coming out. And then I think a lot of people are going to feel pretty cheated that they bought this one and they're going to want the real grade instead. I can very likely see that happening, but we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. So the possibility of a real grade and complaints about the crappy gold and the subpar articulation aside, I think it is still a pretty cool kit. Obviously, any kit of the Unicorn is going to have some appeal for all the people who just really love the Unicorn design. And this one being no exception. I think it is really cool. It's just nice to have the Phenex finally out and easily available for anyone who wants it in 1/144 scale. And again, it's by far the cheapest option if you want just a standard release Phenex, or I guess even including the non-standard release ones. Of course, those would be more expensive too. In terms of what I think Bandai could have done better for this kit in particular, obviously if they would have gone with a different gold, I think some people may have liked that, but on the other hand, what gold would they have used? If they would have used a sprayed gold, something like the Hyakushiki 2.0, that would have made this kit cost probably 2,000 yen more expensive, closer to almost 5,000 yen for this kit, and I think people probably would have complained a lot about that. While it would have a nice gold coating on it, I think that wouldn't have been for everyone, or if they would have done just like a chrome gold or something like that, also that would have been more expensive. The other option is if they would have just made it like, I don't know, just yellow. I don't know. So there's really it's kind of a lose-lose situation for Bandai. Either they make it just like this kind of crappy gold and you're just kind of forced to paint it, or they plate the gold for you and you're forced to pay more. Either way, people are going to find something to complain about, so you just kind of have to bite the bullet and just paint it. So that's just about going to do it for the review, guys. Overall, I think it's a cool kit. It's not going to appeal to everyone. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are just tired of seeing kits of the Unicorn, who are just seeing this and thinking like, oh, that gold looks awful and I don't paint, so there's nothing really there for me. But I'm sure this will be appealing for some people. It just depends on how much you like the Unicorn Gundam, how much you like this particular version of it, and how much work you're willing to put into this kit. But that's it for this review, guys. Hopefully it's been helpful, interesting if you wanted to see a little bit more about this. Thank you to USI Gundam Store, as always, for making this review possible. Guys, do check the link to their store down below. Use that coupon code there, ZakuAurelius10. You can use that for 10% off anything on their store. And again, just a reminder to you guys that they open their new store, USAOtakuStore.com as well, so you can check that out. Also, if you're into like Nendroid and things like that. So thank you guys so much for watching the review. If you have any other further questions or comments about the kit, I'm sure you'll leave those down below. I'm sure there'll be plenty of comments about the gold in the comment section, so look forward to reading those. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USI Gundam Store. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye bye.